So, iHeartRadio, Green Day meltdown. The F word, ranting, and smashing guitars. What's up, guys? Welcome back to ReviewSpace. And you know what? Whenever I do these videos and these reviews about trending topics and trending videos, sometimes I don't regret them, but I sometimes wish that I had better videos to review. Because when I watch a stupid, idiotic video like this stupid, pathetic lead singer of Green Day, this moron, ranting his ass off at this festival, I guess, whatever, this presentation, this concert. You know, it's this level of stupidity and this overreaction to certain things that really piss me off. I can't believe how dumb people can be. I can't believe how stupid these performers can be, and how much of a prima donna these idiots can be, these artists, these musicians. If you guys didn't know, there's this video floating around, and basically it's the Green Day lead singer Billie Joe Armstrong, and he goes off on a crazy rant. This guy just snapped. I mean, he snapped. Super angry. This guy dropping F-bombs everywhere, saying the F word every 2 seconds, and not knowing there's obviously there's children in the freaking crowd, in the fans, watching this, and they're just like, why is this guy going nuts? And at first I was like, why is this guy going insane? Why is he overreacting to 1 minute? Because apparently, supposedly, their freaking set, which is supposed to be over 40 minutes long, 45 minutes, was supposedly cut off to about 25 minutes. Now, this was supposedly the story, and that's why he snapped. So he sees the 1 minute mark on the whatever it was. They have 1 minute left to play this particular song. The guy stops what he's doing. He's like, hold on, I want to do one more song. He gets angry. He complains, starts smashing his guitar, and starts, flipping the bird and flipping the camera off. And so, I mean, that was it. He was just completely angry. And Mike Dirnt was smashing stuff. So, I mean, it was just kind of stupid, and I was just, why is this guy getting overly angry about this? Why is he overreacting to something like this? I mean, what a pathetic loser this guy is. This guy, let me tell you something, I was never a Green Day fan, you know what I mean? I was never a fan of their music. I was never a big fan of the music. I never minded it, but now I just realize why I never was a fan of Green Day. It's because they suck, okay? Green Day was never good, okay? They're not a good band. They stink. They're garbage. Their music is putrid. There's nothing good about their frickin' music. They don't have any good songs. And, okay, they have a few pop hit singles back in the day. I wanna be up and over and all this stuff. That's kind of catchy, and it's something unpredictable, and in the end it's a little melodramatic and all that bullshit. It's really not an impressive, bunch of songs. I mean, I was never a big fan of Green Day. They really are not that good of a band. They're sort of a punk / post-punk wannabe rebellious type of guys that, put on the guy liner and, they smash guitars and they're so rebellious. Oh, they're so anti-establishment, and they're so punk rockish, and everything is a fight against the man. Everything is supposed to be rebellious. Give me a freaking break. Get that crap out of here. It's just a gimmick. It's just an angle. And, yeah, but punk music is dead, first of all. Nobody is celebrating punk culture anymore. It's been long gone. It's kind of like real hip-hop music. True hip-hop is dead. Punk is dead. That culture is no longer relevant. It's no longer active. It's not alive anymore. And you got this pathetic idiot, this American idiot, so to speak, because, there's a pun in there somewhere, but this douchebag had to be a complete a-hole to everybody in the crowd. He had to act like a complete loser. I mean, this guy was flipping everybody off, thinking he was just, I'm being rebellious, I'm being anti-establishment. I'm giving it to the man, take this, it's pathetic. There's nothing more embarrassing than an aging hipster. And this guy, Billie Joe, man, I love it. I love it. In this freaking rant, he goes, "Oh, I've been around since 1988," and I knew he was gonna say that because it's so cliche for these losers to, once they reach a certain age, a certain point in their careers, they've been around for years, decades. They develop an ego. This egotistical moron has to just throw that in there. "I've been around since 1988, and I deserve more than this, and I deserve respect, and look at me, and I've done so much." Dude, you have been around since 1988. You've been doing music for a long time, but you're a f***ing idiot. You're such a loser, dude. Why did you have to go off on this rant? You're not a punk rebel anymore. You're not a young man anymore. You're an old guy. You're an aging hipster. You're past your prime. Green Day sucks. And you guys don't have any more hits. You guys are not rebellious anymore. You guys aren't making revolutionary music. You guys aren't relevant in the culture of 2012, in the pop music consensus, in the freaking mainstream consensus, in the freaking, punk/rock genre. You guys are complete irrelevant figures. You guys aren't making any more impact in the industry. You guys are boring, and I guess this is your, I don't know, this is sort of your way of getting attention, causing a buzz, causing a stir, trying to still be that, holding on to that last tip of being edgy, being rebellious, swearing, dropping the F-bomb every 2 seconds, "Oh, F you, F this, F that, I'm not effing Justin Bieber." Listen, I could care less about Justin Bieber, and he wasn't even at that festival. He wasn't even at the concert. But the guy's like, "I'm not effing Justin Bieber." I love how this guy, this lunatic, this douchebag piece of crap, Billie Joe Armstrong, I love that he brought up Justin Bieber. I love that he brought up a young, successful musician. And again, I'm not a fan of Justin Bieber, but he had to bring up and reference a more teeny bopper type of artist. A more mainstream, very safe, and he's an easy target. He had to pick an easy target like Justin Bieber. "I'm not Justin Bieber. Ooh, who do you think I am?" He wasn't even in there, man. He wasn't even in the freaking festival. Why are you picking on him? Why did you even mention his name? Why? Oh, because Justin Bieber is not the type of guy to defend himself and fire back? Because he's a easy target? Because he's easy pickings for you? You freaking lunatic, you freaking psychopath, you freaking drug addict? Yeah, that's right. Because this guy was now admitted to the freaking hospital or whatever. He checked into the hospital for drugs or something? Or for some kind of rehab? This guy's a freaking junkie, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, he was abusing alcohol or something, or he had something in his veins. He had some needles propped in his freaking throat or something. I mean, give me a break here. Billie Joe Armstrong, that was completely out of line. That was pathetic, okay? What kind of an idiot more... And you know what? What really pisses me off is all these idiots liking this and agreeing with this and giving this, backing him up. Like, whoa, oh, good for him, man. He's so anti-establishment. Take that, Justin Bieber. Take that, mainstream America. Take that, corporations. Oh my God, he's fighting the power. Guaranteed that if a black rapper or an African-American R&B singer or somebody else, Kanye West or Jamie Foxx or anybody else did something like this, these pathetic idiots, these racist pieces of crap would just fire back and be anti this, condemning this guy. This guy's a piece of crap. He's ungrateful. He's arrogant. He's a black whatever. Insert racial epithets and racist comments against that particular individual if it was a black person that did this. I hope that this Billie Joe guy, man, I hope he finds some help. I hope he finds some positivity in his life, checking into rehab and everything. I really do hope better for him. I hope he actually gets his act together and gets his freaking... Because this is pathetic. This is just low. I mean, if he didn't want to perform or he was pissed off that they cut off, and by the way, they mentioned that it wasn't actually... They weren't cut off by their TVs, They actually issued a freaking apology. The next day, the band apologized for the incident, adding that Armstrong will be entering rehab, their set wasn't cut short, and they even postponed some of their promotional appearances, obviously because of this embarrassment. So clearly they were in the wrong here. Don't BS me and say, oh my gosh, these guys are so rebellious, I support them because, just for the sake of, for anarchy or whatever. There's no anarchy. We're talking about mainstream America here. We're talking about a friendly concert here, and everybody's trying to have a good time. Not some a-hole yelling the F word and sticking out his middle finger at you, trying to be some sort of rebellious anti-hero, but, just looking like a complete fool himself. Even if they did cut off their set, it's like, why would you react so, like a little baby crying like a loser? Wah, you cut off, I've been around since 1988. Wah, look at me, I'm crying. Ah. Man, the F up, dude. Seriously. Grow some testicles and, take it for what it is. You've been cut off. Who cares? Why do you care so much? We lost 20 minutes. Big freaking deal. So, basically, the moral of the story is, hey, if things don't go according to your way and according to your plans, and because of your perception that somebody cut you off for 20 minutes and you're supposed to do a 45-minute set, hey, what do? Swear at everybody and say F you to everybody and throw the middle finger to everybody. Yeah, that's gonna get everybody on your side. No, it's not. Don't act like an idiot. Don't follow in this guy's footsteps. Billie Joe is a freaking stupid moron, and it was very immature. It was pathetic, and this sense of entitlement is just completely deplorable. It's completely it makes me gag. Pathetic, okay? What kind of moron does this? I'm sorry, but again, if it had been a black musician, a black artist, a black rapper that did this, they would get crucified. They would get lynched. They would get hung. I'm telling you that right now. And so anybody that agrees with this, you're an idiot too. So that's it for this episode of Review Space. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, ciao.